Do people write to you about your hair?
Absolutely. About my hair, about my shoes, about everything. What color I should wear, you name it.
Really?
And they have advice for it.
Uh-huh. Do you take it all in stride, or do sometimes you think, well, maybe that would be a nice idea?
Now, sometimes you know, they might just let you know that you've worn an awful lot of dark lately, and you'd be better off, you know, wearing a little bit lighter color. But we do go through our spells of only wearing black, right?
Yeah, absolutely. One of Good Morning America's most popular segments is cooking. Watch as the master morning chef does her thing as no one has dared to it before. Take a look.
This is a heat-proof platter, and you want to brown it, so you can put it in a 500-degree oven for 2 or 3 minutes. Or you can use your trusty blowtorch, without which no kitchen is complete. And this one really works. See how nicely that browns? So there you are, a perfect cake. This is Junior Child. Bon appetit.
I'd be interested in knowing what time you two get up in the morning.
I usually get up about
5 of 7.
No.
She's barely awake when she walks in.
About 3:45, but then there's Charlie who gets up at
3:21.
not 3:20 or 3:22, but 3:21.
It's back time so that I can walk out the door at 4 o'clock. Now, I must say I've slipped a little bit, but that was what the purpose of it was.
Thank you.
3:21. And don't you find that getting up at 3:21 or at the 3s is still the middle of the night? But if you could get up at like 10 of 4, you'd feel more like it was the morning? Or do you not play those games with
there's
yourself?
somewhere you cross the line in the morning, and I think it's after 4:30 or so. But if you're getting up between 3 and 4, you can't defend it. It's still last night.
I always feel like when I go in the morning that it's like not the daytime yet. It hasn't decided what the weather wants to be. When I go to get dressed to leave the studio at 10 o'clock in the morning, I always ask, what's the weather like?
Right.
You don't know what the day is like yet because you came in before it started.
So you get there at what time?
I usually get in about 5 o'clock.
Okay. And you're done at 10. When we see that last goodbye, that's it.
Well, we have a few tapings to do after the show, but...
So are you back home? Do you then go back home?
I go back home, and I work out, and I ride my horse, and I play with my kids.
I go to work.
At 3:15 in the afternoon, I just turn into another chauffeur, taken to ballet or to gymnastics or whatever it is that day, and do the afternoon routine.
And what do you do, Charlie? 10 o'clock. 10:01, what are you doing?
Back to the office.
Really?
Yeah.
And then how long are you there?
Early afternoon, mid-afternoon, late afternoon.
Okay, it's 12:13 in the afternoon. We happen to have a little...
My head's on the desk, and I'm fast asleep.
About what time in the day, though, do you start to sort of...
Well, it's funny, because you do go through the cycles,
right,
and I suspect that you feel the same thing. You get an adrenaline rush right before you start, and you can feel it happen to you. At about 6 o'clock every morning, I think, I can't do this. I'm not going to be able to do this today. Today, they find out that you're not wearing any trousers, or that you don't know what you're talking about, or whatever. I mean, I think we all go through that at some point. I can't do this one more time. And then you can feel it going right back up. About 6:30, you can feel it beginning to pump.
See, I have the advantage of an audience, though, because there are days when I don't feel it, and I come out here, and like today, they're just gone. They've been feeling it. So you can't be tired. I think it's harder.
That's right.
I think what you do is harder.
The audio man on our program has a cartridge of James Brown.
I feel good.
I feel good.
And we hear it every morning.
He can tell when we're down, and that thing starts blaring over and it's the same reason. But you get the
20
adrenaline
seconds
push.
before air, that thing goes on. Everybody just starts moving.
But
you all have been dancing to I Feel Good just before you come on and say, Good morning, America.
Spencer does the moonwalk, and he does the Saturday Night Live's church lady move.
Not in your wildest dreams.